Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the podcast that covers numerous topics, all related to the commercial vehicle industry. I'm your host, Steve Henning, and no matter the time of day, we thank you for joining us. And today, we've got a guest that I'm really interested to have a further conversation with. It's Stacie Williamson, who has 20 years of experience in the automotive space that she brings to her current role as Vice President of Sales at Work Truck Solutions. Stacie, welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Happy to be here.
Well, we're sure appreciative of you joining us. So let's just jump right in. We're going to talk a little bit, excuse me, losing my voice. We're going to talk a little bit about events in the automotive space, and there's plenty, from all sorts of different things that have been happening, impacting our world, but also events that many of us attend, either in person or virtual. And I know Work Truck Solutions has one coming up later this fall. It's called the Commercial Vehicle Business Summit. And I'm wondering if you could maybe just start out by giving us kind of a quick overview of what the Commercial Vehicle Business Summit is all about.
Sure. So this event is really known for bringing together all kinds of folks from across the commercial vehicle ecosystem. I mean, we're talking OEM leaders, upfitters, commercial dealers, research companies, finance executives. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And as you said, it's a virtual event, which means that no one needs to travel. What's even better is it doesn't have any cost associated with it. Anyone's welcome to attend, and it's no charge. And a couple of things that I really like about the event is that, first of all, it's really interactive. It's not a place where you go and just listen. You can ask questions. Everybody gets to participate. There's all types of sessions. So it's really a great opportunity to even network. There are times set aside for just that. It's really a super cool event. We've been doing it for a number of years now, and people have come to really appreciate the knowledge and the learnings that take place at that event.
Well, that sounds great. A couple of things I like that you mentioned. One, no travel, so that makes it pretty easy, really from a cost perspective, but also just taking time out to get to and from an event can be burdensome sometimes.
Exactly.
So the fact that it's virtual, that's fantastic. And I also like the fact that you have networking. You talked about there's the ability to interact and connect with people. In my experience, sometimes that's pretty difficult to do, especially at a virtual event. But the fact that you did that, I think that's fantastic for everybody, because that's part of what going to events is all about, is networking and meeting other people that, maybe there's not necessarily an opportunity today, but down the road, you never know who you might meet today. It may be your perfect business partner a year from now. So that's wonderful. Okay, so let's talk a little more specifics. If I remember correctly, I believe the event is October 8th and 9th in the fall. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and I think you also shared with me that the theme for this upcoming event in the fall is turning challenges into progress. I like that theme for a number of reasons, but probably the biggest one, if we go back 3, 4, 5 years, we've seen plenty of challenges in the automotive space, from COVID, and then related supply chain and inventory challenges, interest rates, EV regulations, and the way those have shifted from one administration to the next, tariffs. I'm kind of curious, what's your perspective, or what has your approach been, maybe with how you've dealt with these in terms of what you work on day to day with your team, and how that's impacted things so far?
Sure. It's easy to complain and dwell on problems that are beyond our control. However, the most successful dealers really understand that they can control their reaction to them. And the thing that my team is really committed to doing is understanding our dealer partners' unique goals. Like, they really dig deep to understand what it is the dealer's trying to achieve, and then really helping them by equipping them with tools that help them meet or exceed or execute on their strategies and goals.
Excellent. Okay. And I think that's really important, is the defining the strategies and goals and then executing it. And you mentioned both of those. So thinking of maybe some of the dealers or upfitters or just others you've worked with in the space recently, do you have any good examples you could share about how you've seen them overcome some of those hurdles? I got to tell you, in my experience, dealers in particular are some of the best at looking at a challenge and then saying, okay, we need to figure out a way to overcome this. And then they go out and do that. And especially the ones that are successful, that's why they're successful from what I've seen. What have you seen from dealers? Do you have any good examples you can share?
Yeah. So, I absolutely agree with you, Steve. Auto dealers and auto industry partners have an impressive history of leveraging both technology and innovation to work through challenging times. I mean, it's amazing the things that the obstacles I've seen them face in the 20 years that I've been here in the industry. And within the commercial space specifically, I've recently witnessed new partnerships that are focused on creative strategies to really manage specific obstacles. So meetings among OEMs and research and technology companies to decide what things are really important to the OEM, what problems need to be solved, and then partnerships with upfitters and dealers to really figure out how best to attack those specific obstacles. And there's lots and lots of examples, but to me, the biggest thing here, the biggest key is that we have folks that are partnering across the ecosystem to really find solutions. So that's really what I'm seeing at the moment.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good approach, and partnerships are kind of the way things get done. It seems like in our space in particular. So that's wonderful. So my last question here for you, Stacie, beyond the Commercial Vehicle Business Summit, globally, if you will, I believe you're also one of the speakers, or you have a session during the summit. If you could you just spend a minute elaborating on that, maybe share with our audience what your session will cover, what they might expect from it?
Absolutely. So my session will focus on the strategies that I talked about a little while ago. The strategies that are necessary to succeed, no matter what the challenge is. I'm going to share some real life examples from dealers and upfitters, some of those that I mentioned earlier, as well as ideas that the attendees can implement in their own businesses. The idea is that they take away some things that they can actually take action on, attack a specific challenge or problem, and implement some of these ideas to really get past those challenging times.
Well, Stacie, I appreciate the fact that you're going to bring some real life examples and that attendees will have takeaways. I've been to enough events before where sometimes I've gone in with the intention of, boy, this is going to be fantastic. I'll have something I can apply to my daily life. And I come away from it going, well, that was kind of a 30,000 foot ethereal, hypothetical type view with no real takeaways. Sometimes that's disappointing. So I'm looking forward to your session. And again, for anybody checking this out today, October 8th and 9th, the Commercial Vehicle Business Summit. The overall theme is turning challenges into progress. And we'll have something here on screen as well where people can register if they're so inclined. But I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to attend your session specifically. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Steve. I'm really excited, and I hope those that are watching today will make it a point to attend.